Hi everyone, I'm Trisha Clemens with MuttButs.com, and I want to talk to you today about your business's online identity. I'm working on a series of different videos, and that goes over several different items that are related to that. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is your domain name. It is the most important. And what I mean by domain name is your URL that you type in to the top of the browser. That's basically like MuttButs.com, Facebook.com, any of those, and you need to make sure that you own your domain. So your domain is different than your host, and that's one of the things that a lot of people have a little bit of trouble figuring out, is the difference between domain name and also host. So your domain, that's just simply the name, the address, and the host, that's the place that allows you to actually host the data. So I thought I would kind of relate that a little bit in relation to, let's say, tiny houses. So let's take it and look at it that way. Your domain is your address and just a blank slate of canvas there that you can put your tiny house. And your host allows you to then put your data, your tiny house on wheels, and park it there at that address. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will definitely come back and talk more about that if you have questions about your domain. One thing is that for domains, it's very easy to register your domain. You go to a registrar and you register it. You can get them as low as $7 a year, and I have a link in the title here which takes you to a website for really inexpensive domains. You get free privacy. They do not increase the fees every single year like some other registrars. It's called Name Silo. I love them, so I've got that link. It's an affiliate link, but check them out if you are looking to find a registrar for your domain name. You need to make sure that you own it. That's the biggest problem that a lot of people have. They may have their domain name, but they don't know if they actually own it. Let's say you have someone design your website and they just say, oh, I'll go ahead and grab this domain that you want, and I'll go ahead and get that and get it all set up for you. That's the problem, is that it sounds so quick and easy just to let someone handle it. Most of the rest of the website building, you want to let someone else handle that. But I recommend that you go in and buy your domain name yourself. You need to own that. That's your name. That's your identity. That's the thing that's going to identify your business online the most. So you want to make sure you own it. And basically, if you have somebody that tells you that either they need to set it up and own it, or that once they're working on your site that they need you to sign it over to them, don't walk away. Run, run, run. That's shady business. You need to own your domain. So that's really, really one of the most important things. Also, you need to keep that login information. So if you change an email address, something, make sure that you go to that domain and log in, make sure it has the current email address for you. I would maybe set something on my calendar to check in, maybe every quarter, just to make sure there's the right email address. Because again, let's say you don't keep the information current, you don't keep your credit card information current. When it's set to auto renew, if you have it set to auto renew and your credit card information is expired and you don't have the correct email address on file, what's going to happen is you may not realize your domain is come up for expiration and it expires. Somebody else could go out there and buy that. They could buy your domain name if you don't keep that information current on file. So this is one of the most, if not the most important things for your business's online identity, is to make sure you have that information, you have access to it, you own it. The other thing is that, let's say you have someone that maybe a host or a web designer that went ahead and set it up for you instead of you owning it. Let's say you all don't get along anymore, you want to change, and they get upset with you. Well, what could they do? They could take that domain, and if they're really shady, they could sell it to a competitor. They could point it to another website. They could point it to a competitor. That's like the worst thing that you could have. Somebody coming to find your business and landing on your competitor's site and information. You do not want that to happen. So make sure that you own it. The other thing is, if you lose access to your host, being able to log in and get that information, while that's going to take a little bit to resolve, that's not the end of the world. You can still get that. You can still put information up on your domain. You've got to have your access to your domain and own your domain in order to get your website up there on your domain. So I hope that this live stream clarified things for you, and I hope that you are now going and logging in, making sure that you own your domain. Make sure you own it. One thing is, as far as why you should own it, another thing, you have that domain all over your business cards. You have that domain. You might have it like me. I have MuttButs on my car, MuttButs.com on my car, and let's say you lose access to that. Well, then you're advertising for who knows what, because that website, you no longer own it. So say somebody else has taken it, and you're out advertising. You've got to change your car. You've got to change your business, your business cards. But not only that, you've built that reputation, and that reputation includes your website address. That's your reputation. You've spent a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy building that reputation. The number one thing is you need to own that domain name, that domain. So go ahead, go figure out where your domain is, and make sure you have the login. Make sure you own it. If you don't, figure out who owns it and get that from them. All right, I hope I've convinced you, and this is again the first in a series of different videos where I'm going to talk about different things relating to your business's online identity. Something that a lot of businesses may not consider. I know it's time consuming to go through and find all the information, but this is one of the most important things for you, for your business, is your online business's identity, which is your online business's reputation. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you soon. Make sure you put your comments below, and I will come back and answer all of them. See you soon.